The main reason I wanted to become a CASA was just to give back to the community that's been a part of for most of my life.
So the reason I became a CASA is, or why I got interested in it, was I was working at the Flathead Youth Home for a while, and I started meeting a couple CASAs because they would come and, you know, meet their kid, hang out with their kids, and visit with them. And there was one girl that really stood out to me, and she was 16, and she had been in the system since she was 5. And I was kind of talking to her about her CASA, and she said that, I mean, in so many words, she said that that was the only adult that she'd known her whole life since she was 5 that's kind of been in the picture. You know, she had been in and out of group homes and multiple foster homes, and, you know, she no longer had any family that was in her life. And so it was really that one person, her CASA, that kind of knew her entire story. And that really hit home with me, and I was like, I want to do that. That's something I can do. I feel like I could help, you know, if I can't help all the kids in the youth home, I could maybe help one kid through CASA. So that's why I kind of got interested and why I became a CASA.
So the reason I became a CASA is because I've always worked with children throughout my life. I love kids, and I figure when kids are put in this position, it's not their fault, and if there's a way to support them, then I'm going to do it, and CASA is a wonderful program to do that with.
I'm a registered nurse, retired, 40 years. My favorite part of being a nurse was working with newborns in the nursery intensive care, and then I moved on to pediatric patients. After a prolonged illness, I found myself retired with a lot of time on my hands. And I saw this little ad in the paper looking for CASA advocates. Obviously, it was 5 years ago. And the deadline date, I'll never forget this, was January 11th for turning in your application. They had sat on my counter for months. And then January 10th, I sent in my application. So here I am, 5 years later. CASA has reignited a passion in me for kids that I kind of had lost after being a pediatric nurse for so long. You just kind of get a little cynical. Nothing really gets your juices going, but every time I get a new case, it gets me going again. It's different, everyone's different. There's never anything the same, which is very stimulating. And I love it, I love it. I found my place.